Senior Bowl practices started today, and of course, that is the unofficial start to draft season. It is on. A bunch of people down in Mobile, a lot of reporters, a lot of coaches, a lot of decision makers, and it's beautiful, man. And we already got some risers and fallers after one day of practice. And, well, we said that we had 5 early crushes. It's really 7. Could have been 8 because I really do like the Princeton wide receiver. But we're going to run through this. So here's 7 guys that I really like. And coincidentally, what a coinkydink. They are at positions of need for the Minnesota Vikings. First up is Jaden Reed, Michigan State, 5'10 3/4. I like that now that it's Senior Bowl and like Shrine Bowl stuff. He's actually 6'8", which is not 3/4 of an inch tall. Anyways, a $191. Also, it's funny. That's why you take media programs with a grain of salt, because he's listed as 6', 200 by the Spartans, of course. 22 years young, started his career at Western Michigan, go Broncos. OG rowed the boat, and then came over to the Spartans. Former teammates with Jalen Naylor. Of course, it's also Kirk Cousins' alma mater. 55 catches, 636 yards, 5 touchdowns as a senior. Last year, 59 in 2021, 59 catches, 1,026 yards, and 10 touchdowns. Of course, with Jalen Speedy Naylor across from him, reunited. Solid route runner. Also has return skills. Took 3 punts to the house in his college career. Slippery in the open field. Also slippery when wet. Why not? And also he cooked. He did some damn good work in practice. So watch him potentially being a riser. And also, it's funny about Senior Bowls. Like, the game doesn't even matter. Like, why do they even play the game? It doesn't matter. Like, practice. We talk about practice. Like, practice is actually what matters here. Next up, Osiris Torrance, where I've had enough of two-hand touch. I want a rough. I'm out of bounds. I want back to like David Dixon. I want back to giant guards that can just push dudes around. And Osiris Torrance is the absolute alpha in that regard. 6'4", 7'8", 337 pounds, 23 years young. He is a little bit older of a rookie coming in. Formerly at Louisiana Lafayette, followed Billy Napier to Florida once Napier got the Gators job. Consensus All-American 2022, looked pretty good. 88 PFF grade, 8 pressures, 0 sacks allowed. Was a rogue grader at right guard, and a lot of Anthony Richardson's runs were behind Torrance, where he was clearing the way. So he's got a great anchor. He's more athletic than he gets credit for, and he can absolutely just destroy. He can just blow a hole in people run blocking. So I absolutely love him. Also, another offensive lineman that I love is John Michael-Schmitz. Yes, the Gophers, 6'3" 3/8", 306. Does turn 24 in March, so a little bit older. First team All-American in 2022. PFF's highest graded center last season as well. Did well in pass blocking drills. Now, there's a lot of questions about his pass protection coming in because of the style of offense that the Gophers play, but getting him in one-on-one spots, he was able to hold his own. And is he only going to be a outside zone scheme type center? Maybe. But I do like him. I do like his hands. I do like his pass protection. I do like his anchor overall. And I think that he may be at the first center off the board, maybe sneaking into the back end of the first round. Lastly, offensive lineman Cody Mach. So NDSU, go Bison, 6'4" 7/8", 305. Now, he's going to be the small school offensive lineman that does well at the Senior Bowl, a la Ben Barch and his 5,000 calorie protein shakes. Quinn Mayners with the belly hanging out. Like, Cody actually looks like a Viking, with the red hair and all that stuff going on. It's fantastic. Now, he did turn 24 in January, so he's going to be a little bit older of a rookie. First team FCS All-American 2022. He's won 17,000 national titles, which all NDSU players do. Left tackle, but is going to kick inside because he's got shorter arms. Held up well, playing some left guard mainly. And frankly, I think that he should move to center. I think that's going to be his long-term position. But he held up very well in the first day of practice against tougher competition. That's always a question with some of these FCS guys coming in. So he certainly made an impression early. To the DBs, so cornerback Tyreek Stevenson. And a couple of mocks have mocked the Vikings taking Stevenson in the first round, and it really got panned by a lot of Vikings draft Twitter, but you're betting on potential with Stevenson. He's 6'1", 204, 22 years old, super raw, but extremely physical. Was at Georgia for 2 years, transferred to Miami in 2021, 47 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 3 interceptions, 11 passes broken up in 2 seasons in Coral Gables. He's physical. Clearly very coachable, very high regards in terms of his first day of practice. And I think that he is a guy who could be flirting with the edge of the first round. Even though this is a very stacked and racked up cornerback class, I think that he could potentially sneak into the first 31 picks. Also sticking with the DBs. So I love me some Branch from Alabama, but I love me some Julius Brents as well. So Kansas State, 6'3", 202. 82 7/8 inch wingspan. Absolutely a condor out there, man. He's versatile, can play outside corner, can play safety, can play big nickel slot. He can do a lot of things, man. So he's going to be extremely versatile, and he's the best. He had the best cornerback day of the first practice at Senior Bowl. I think it's relatively the consensus. Solid in coverage, not overly aggressive. There is going to be some questions about how he tests, so that could make him a day 2 pick, but I mean, he's got physicality, and I like the way that he played at Kansas State. I think that he performed well in some big-time games also, and I think that he, if you're just going to rebuild the defensive back room, why not just get a guy who can play multiple spots, right? Just versatility is going to be key, so I'm in love with Julius Brents. And lastly, a guy I got a super crush on. So I liked him at Bowling Green, 6'3", 303, Carl Brooks, and he had a very impressive day 1. Now, he played mostly defensive end on the right side, so rushing against the blind side at Bowling Green, but he put up a 93 PFF grade, a 91 and change pass rushing grade, 69 pressures, nice, 18 tackles for loss, 10 sacks, but should be kicking inside in the National Football League. And he was borderline unblockable in one-on-ones and team drills. Just a lightning quick first step, and he just has a good nose for the ball. Where you see this a lot, where you do have college defensive ends who may not check all the boxes measurables wise, but you kick them inside, you add a couple pounds, they don't lose that quickness, and they just have a nose for getting to the quarterback, right? And they're fantastic at it. And he kind of reminds me of a stronger Michael Bennett. Brooks has got some great strength on the inside, but just as a defensive end who can kick inside and can blow up a gap and just get to the quarterback. I think that's what Brooks is going to be. Brooks was here. Hopefully Brooks will be in purple, because I think that he will look fantastic in that regard. But that's it. That's quick and dirty 7 early Senior Bowl crushes. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol production value.